Style points. Padres 8, Giants 1. Padres pulling back to within one game of first place in the NL West, despite Dodger trolls arguing with me on social media. All right, John and Jim with you on the wrap-up show. A convincing win behind J.P. Sears, who goes 6 innings of one-run baseball. Fernando Tatis Jr. with the catch of his life, and that's saying something for a guy that is as good of a fielder as he is. And the Padres just pouring it on. Manny Machado and Gavis Sheets and Ryan O'Hearn and Sheets again. A 4-run home run night, some would call it, as the Padres win tonight. Again, 8-1. Listen, I'm kidding about that. I think they said that post game. We've all screwed some. I don't.
It's fine.
I mean, it's easy to screw it up online.
Yeah, hitting 4 home runs. It's a 4-run home run night. It's
a good night for the Padres, who win. Dodgers lose. The teams are separated by a game. We know the Dodgers have the tiebreaker, but we know they're coming here this weekend as well. So make your way in and subscribe here on Content For You. Can you help us get to 9,500 subscribers on this channel? We are inching closer to 9,500 subscribers. We passed 9,400 yesterday. We'd love to get there by this weekend with the Dodgers in town. We're about 80 away. So please subscribe to this channel. Smash the like button for us. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We see the super chats that have rolled in. We'll get to them. Those that have come in from Sort of Cinematic and Ballpark Pretzel. If you want to contribute, if you want to support our work, if you want to see your comment on screen, if you want to control the direction of the conversation, click the $ below the chat box. We're also just a few members away from getting another emoji for our channel members as well. So make sure to click that join button down below and become a member. Didn't jinx it. Listen, the Giants are going through it, right? I mean, they're just playing out the string, so to speak. Their pitcher leaves due to injury. Unfortunately, Padres tack on. And an impressive night. It really was. I mean, last night it was more work, it felt like, Jim. But tonight, the 4 home runs, the most they've hit at Petco this year. And a convincing win behind J.P. Sears in the offense.
Most home runs they've hit in a game since May 10th.
Yeah, most they've hit at home all year, right?
Yeah, but most in a game since May 10th. And
that was in Colorado?
Yeah, in Colorado.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
It's August 20th. All last night on the show and kind of all day today, the conversation revolved around slug, right? I'm watching Kyle Schwarber just hit bomb after bomb, watching these teams that are all really good teams in baseball have pop and slug. And I'm thinking, like, can the Padres really get this thing done being a station-to-station team with no slug? And they have to have, like, multiple power of friendship innings all the time in the postseason. Like, can they really get this thing done? Look, I'm not saying that this team all of a sudden turned into a power hitting team. They're going to hit 4 home runs a night for the rest of the year. But you see the potential when tonight you get a 3-run homer, you get multiple other home runs, and then it's like, oh, that was easy. Like, instead of scratching and clawing to put up 8 runs and having to go station to station to station. And I'm not saying that they do it all the time. Like, usually if you score 8 runs, you don't have to hit, and they haven't, hit 4 home runs in a game, right? They've scored 8 runs before. They beat the Giants last week 11-1. I think they hit 1 home run in that game. Right?
I don't remember.
Or 2. But like, it's definitely, it shows you the potential. And tonight, I just thought tonight was a fun one for all Padres fans.
It was a very fun one. I would say this. You're not going to see this lineup a lot. Because guess what? I mean, when Jackson Merrill is healthy and when Jake Cronenworth is right, I mean, these guys are going to be in there. The Xander Bogaerts, the Jake Cronenworths, the Jackson Merrills. And listen, they'll have lineups like this. But it is true at the end of the day, like, they have decisions. There may be good decisions. Ryan O'Hearn's obviously pushed himself through where he's going to be playing most every day, presumably. We'll see against the next left-handed starter. Again, against righties, you can feast with those left-handed bats. It'll be interesting to see what they do moving forward. But this exact lineup we saw today is likely a very rare lineup used by the San Diego Padres, would be my guess. Now, we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Again, they're dealing with some injuries here. But it came to fruition, I promise you that. And it's not just the home run guys, by the way. Tatis, good night at the plate. Laureano, good night at the plate, right? Like, so the home runs were impressive. Tatis, I mean, to his credit, man, against, again, like the headwinds of what everyone is saying, whatever, and how he's feeling, he's producing. And the play he made in the first inning doesn't get better than that defensively. I'm sorry. We've all watched baseball a long time. You've seen spectacular plays. It's right there. It's a spectacular, spectacular play. It's impossible to do better than he did. So he's absolutely contributing. And I thought he contributed tonight at the plate as well. So it's encouraging. And we'll see if they can couple it into a series win behind Dylan Cease. And then it's LA. And we have the same damn conversation again in a couple of days. But it's encouraging. And would you agree, though, that this lineup is almost like I don't know what to expect from it in terms of how often Mike Schultz is going to roll this group out moving forward?
No, I agree. Like once he gets his guys back from injury, he might go back to default mode, even though default mode is not the best optimal lineup. It's just not.
Right.
But he's stubborn in that way. So, I mean, I kind of agree with you on that. But doesn't the lineup look so much better when you have a Ryan O'Hearn and a Gavis Sheets in it? Like it just, you get pop, you have home run threat from both those guys. And
yeah, definitely.
Preaching it yesterday on the show and kind of preaching it for the last week. Like Ryan O'Hearn just puts together good at bats, regardless of if there's a lefty or a righty on the mound. Like stop thinking that way, and you want to see him succeed. And he's succeeding because he's a rental player and they need him. And he's shown up in a huge way, right? Again, I think Mike Schilt, to start, didn't know really how to handle him. They just thought platoon because over his career, that's what he's done, right? But then it's like, well, actually, this year he's done pretty well against lefties. I know Baltimore kind of platooned him against lefties, but I mean, are we really going to have a platoon of O'Hearn and Jose Iglesias? Like, no. You got to have Ryan O'Hearn in the lineup every day. I think their best lineup, hear me out, when healthy, all right? I think Tatis lead him off, all right? I'm moving Arise all the way down. You know who I'm putting in the 2-hole?
Laureano.
I'm either putting Laureano
O'Hearn
or actually Jake Cronenworth. You know why? Because he gets on base at a super high clip. He has one of the highest on base percentages on this team. 358 for the season. Okay. Listen to his numbers over the last 30 games. 364 on base. His last 15, 429 on base. His last 7, 375 on base.
Okay.
I'm not saying like, oh, put Cronenworth there, but like, look, he's getting on base at a pretty high clip. Again, just a thought, but I do also agree. If it's not him, I'm probably putting Ramon Laureano as your number 2 hitter. Then you can go Manny or O'Hearn hitting third. Probably Manny's hitting third. O'Hearn's hitting behind him. I would like Gavin Sheets in the middle of that lineup. Move Xander down. Move Merrill down. Put Arise down. And then Fermin's hitting ninth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you'll see a lot of O'Hearn and Sheets against lefties. I do think you could absolutely advocate against righties. That's your optimal lineup. I like O'Hearn protecting Machado. I like Machado having just in general protection. But it's going to, again, it's like it's going to sort itself out with some of these injuries, I would say. And again, guys like Merrill, right? Like, again, we have to think about all these positions. I'm just thinking out loud that obviously when they're healthy, Bogarts, Merrill, Cronenworth, you know what I mean? Like, there's only going to be 9 guys. So, like, doing math on it, there's no way that Sheets is going to be in your lineup every single day.
Right. And they love to go
no
right.
World where that's possible.
Right. They love to go right, left. I understand that. I'm not like the lineup I gave you. I'm not just putting it in pen. I'm just giving you the players that I'd want in the lineup. And I'm just trying to, I'm talking things through here. I'm not giving you like a definitive thing here, but yeah.
I mean, I would have a different lineup. I mean, I would have an optimized lineup for right-handed pitching, and I'd have an optimized lineup for left-handed pitching. I mean, that's just what the major leagues are. Now, I agree with you on O'Hearn. I think he has to play. But I don't think I have one lineup for the rest of the year, regardless of lefty or righty on the mound. I think when you have good position players and good depth, you're going to try to get a Sheets in there against a righty, and then maybe when a lefty's on the mound, Gavin Sheets is available to you off the bench. But Sheets, I mean, he's paid dividends for this team, and credit to him, man. He hasn't played a lot since the trade deadline. I said this the day of the trade deadline. It takes a while to sort itself out after a deadline. You got to figure out who you are.
Right.
And I think they're figuring that out right now. Although, truthfully, they're also dealing with some of these injuries that have popped up over the last few days. Let's get to some of these super chats. Over 500 of you are here live right now. Please subscribe to this channel. We're about 80 away from 9,500. Please subscribe. And thank you for the super chats and the memberships. Click the dollar sign below the chat box. Big win for the Padres. They can win this series by winning by Dylan Cease on Thursday afternoon. Then LA will be here on Friday night. Getting us started here, sort of cinematic, who is a member. Thank you, man. He says, I hope Schilt learned a lesson today. The fan base might have a point about O'Hearn and Sheets. Let's win tomorrow. I think it was more about O'Hearn, was it not? I don't think it really has been a conversation about Gavin Sheets. To his credit is what he did today, and I think he's absolutely deserving of playing time against right-handed pitching. That's clear as day if you've watched this season play out. But again, depth is not a bad thing. That's definitely not a bad thing. But I mean, Sheets possesses the skill the Padres do not, which is the ability to put the ball over the fence. So you see a night like tonight, and you start chasing that, that toy, which is basically hitting for power. And he was able to do that tonight. And I'm all for seeing more of that. So find a way to get him in the lineup, I would say, against right-handed pitching when possible.
Yeah, I don't like how when there is a lefty on the mound and you got two guys on your bench with 17 home runs and 16 home runs, and you're replacing.
And I don't think they will.
No, I'm just saying that they have done that.
Yep.
And then they're putting in guys like Jose Iglesias and whoever else in the lineup. That's just like, oh, it's a better matchup. The O'Hearn thing, I see it in the chat and it's like, well, his career against lefties. Okay, great. He puts together really good at bats. I don't care about what he's done over his career. I've watched him for the last 2 weeks and you've watched him for the last 2 weeks as well. Dude puts together really good at bats. So he needs to be in the lineup. And he's done really, really well this, last month here against lefties. And he's starting to heat up against righties as well. I think O'Hearn and Sheets in the lineup every day. It just the lineup just looks different, right? It just looks more formidable with those two guys in it. Right?
I agree.
They just have pop. They just have they have a presence about the lineup that you don't feel when those guys aren't in it.
Yeah, I would agree. I agree in general. I mean, listen, like anything, like you said, you're not scoring 8 runs every game. That's not the expectation. You're not hitting 4 home runs every game, and that's not the expectation. That's not what we're asking of this team. That's not realistic. What I would say is I'd like to see it against a variety of pitching. Like, for example, today, Roop's numbers were good, truthfully. Right. And I know he left due to injury, but he didn't pitch well before the injury. And then, you're looking at who comes in after Roop, and it's no one, obviously, and the game's over for San Francisco. So, I mean, again, I'd like to see it with more regularity, their ability to hit for power. So we'll see if it happens or not. I think we said today on John and Jim, it's like we'd probably be foolish to just expect everything to change the final 35 games of the year after this is who they were for 127. But a third of their lineup has changed with Fermin, Laureano, and O'Hearn. So maybe they're still the best in this offense yet to come, so to speak. And Machado homering's a big deal. He hadn't homered since July 28th. So, and his 3-0 pitch, just sitting and waiting on a breaking pitch like that and that vintage swing of Machado's. Ballpark Pretzel, thank you, man. It says, hey, Mike Schilt, 4 letters, 1 word. Slug. Yeah, I mean, again, he said yesterday their formula played out. But I would argue you can also win this way. Like, his formula is like out-defend someone and win 3-1. I'd be like, give yourself breathing room, and you don't have to use Robert Suarez every time you have a lead, like tonight.
4 letters, 1 word. Slug.
I don't know what that is.
It's okay.
I really don't.
Yeet.
Tanya, thank you for the super. She says, please give us what is this? A poop emoji? I take the fans running into the field yesterday as a good omen. Haha, reminding me of the goose. Still nervous about Cease. Why does this happen every night with Jim? Yeah, we'll see about Cease tomorrow. Again, I think it's a good situation for Cease to be in tomorrow, just facing the Giants at home. And he had a couple of good outings. Why does that keep happening with you? What do you keep doing?
I don't know. I have a cord down here. Like, see, there's like a hold on. There's like a cord there, and I'll
unplug.
I'll tap the cord with my hands on the table, and everything just goes to shit. And I lose. I can't hear you, and I can't hear myself.
Gotcha. She says that the fan running on the field was a good omen, like the goose, but she's still nervous about Dylan Cease. I would understand those nerves. I do feel like it's a decent spot. Home game, Giants. It's not the hardest spot he's been put in, I wouldn't think, this year. And the offenses look good. So hopefully he's back by the offense, and hopefully Cease pitches well tomorrow. You got to win this series now. Now that you've taken the last two, you can't take the step back here. Just go win the series tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to win. I said today, it's like if you win tonight, and they won pretty convincingly, you need to take 3 or 4 here.
Yeah.
A split would feel kind of like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, I mean, especially you've gained a game on. I mean, LA goes to Colorado and gets beaten soundly tonight. They've lost 2 of 3. Who knows? They might lose 3 of 4. I mean, just take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you. And right now, once again, it's the same opportunities last weekend. I mean, honestly,
Ohtani's not playing tomorrow. By the way, he's has an off day. He needs to lick his wounds after getting rocked by the Rockies.
And again, I mean, we were part of it, and I do think some of it probably is we're going to overreact again this upcoming weekend.
100%.
Here we are a day later, and it's the exact same thing. It's like the exact same thing. The teams are within a game of each other. G Rockin, thank you for the membership and the super chat. Says finally the lineup I've been waiting for. The big boys 3 through 6. That's a scary 4. Schilt, put your pride aside and leave this lineup alone.
There's still injuries that they put players in the lineup, so it's going to be different. Like John said, it's not going to be like this all the time. Xander's going to be back in there tomorrow. We'll see about Jackson Merrill. Yep. When those 2 guys are back in the lineup, Iglesias won't be in there, and probably Gavis Sheets won't be in there. So,
yeah, but
it's the righty.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a good lineup, and maybe it does look the same tomorrow. It's possible. Maybe you do the exact same thing tomorrow after the 8 runs today. That's definitely possible. Mauricio, thank you. Says, "Oh my gosh, I love this team, even though they're so streaky. We back in the building." I mean, think about this. Even with the 4-game losing streak, they're now 16-7 in their last 23. Because they were 14-3, then 0-4, now 2-0. They're 16-7 in their last 23. They're putting pressure on teams in front of them in the standings, not just in the NL West, but in the National League. Yeah. They've gained a ton of ground on LA if you consider the body of work, not since last weekend, but in general. And they've gained games on other teams in the National League as well over the last 2 or 3 weeks. So they're playing well since the deadline. They're playing well in general. I think they're 10-7 since the deadline, maybe 11-7. And they're just playing well in general. 16-7 is a great record. I don't know if it continues, but that they're putting pressure on other teams.
Yeah, and the whole Dodger thing in the National League West, like I'm gonna have to see it this weekend, even if they go into the weekend tied again. Like I'm just gonna have to see it. I can't get too excited about their chances because they have pulled the football away too many times recently, and it's going to be a cautious optimism with this team going in this weekend against the Dodgers. Especially if tomorrow the Dodgers lose and the Padres beat the Giants again, and then you're tied in the National League West. It'll be a cautious optimism going into the weekend series because they've just too many times against that team they have crumbled under the bright lights, and I hope it changes. But
that's the thing. But if it does, I'm with you on the cautious optimism. I will feel the same way. I'm not going to be saying Friday like the division is there. I mean, we're going to be cautious on it. Yeah. But what happens if they go out and do win a game? Then what do we say? We have to see.
If they win a series, then it's like, okay, now we can move forward, and it will give me more confidence in this team, and especially with the schedule coming up here, that it's the easiest schedule in all of baseball remaining in this regular season here. Like, that's in front of you, man. Go take it.
Yeah, completely. You're right, though. I want to see how they play this weekend as well. I mean, there's nothing guaranteed, and it's an important weekend. So is tomorrow, but it's an important weekend. Let's see if they can take advantage of a home series. I mean, the Padres, the one thing I would say we keep harping on this. The Padres are winning 67% of the time at home. They've got like the second best home record in baseball. So it's not like it's a complete, cakewalk, hopefully, for LA because of the way the Padres have played in this building, but we'll see. Quan, thank you, man. He says, let's see how Darvish and Cease starts go. Completely fair. Completely. And by the way, like JP Sears again, today it's the Giants, and he did a nice job filling in, and maybe he makes another start before King gets back there. But
JP Sears
it's not like you're counting on Sears in the postseason, but he helps you get there with a start like this.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great start from him tonight. He has pitched well in his career against the Giants.
Yeah, really well.
And he was good. He was very good tonight. Gave them exactly what they needed. Offense did its job. Had some slug. Gave you the style points that you were looking for. And it was great. And you know what? It's crazy. We've gone 21 minutes into the show, and we haven't even mentioned one of the best defensive plays maybe in the history of Petco Park for the Padres, which was Fernando Tatis Jr. tonight.
We've mentioned it multiple times.
Well, we haven't talked about it.
Right. Talk about it.
Where would you put that play? Like, I know it's recency bias, but I mean that's one of the that's one of the better defensive plays in that park's history. I want to say.
I think it's one of the better defensive plays you can make. I think it's Tatis's best defensive play, and he's made a lot of them. But the full outreach of his arm at like the apex of a jump, that's not easy to do, and that's not something he's even done. He's done a lot of the go over the wall and take something back. I thought that was at the complete apex of his leap, and for me, it's Tatis's best defensive play, arguably. It's right there for Tatis.
I remember back when they first moved him to right field, because he initially, like, if you forget, he was a center fielder. Remember? They moved him to center.
I don't remember how many games did he play in center?
A good amount, and then they moved him to right.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he got put in center because they had Juan Soto.
That's right. I'm just looking up his career games in center, and I can't find it.
Well, anyway,
12 games, 10 starts.
Yeah, so they put him in center, and then they moved him to right, and then they moved Soto to left. But I remember watching him when they first put him in the outfield to shag fly balls to get him ready to play center field. And I remember I was at Petco, and he was in right field, and then we're like, "That's weird. He's in right field."
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a picture out there somewhere of Fernando Tatis Jr. and he was practicing bringing home runs, like he was practicing robbing home runs in right.
I remember that.
And there's a picture of him with like these like shorts on and like a t-shirt, and it made its rounds on social media, and everyone's like, holy shit, what? And this was like when he first started to play the outfield. And people were like, yo, is Tatis just robbing balls in right? And you get to today, he's the best right fielder in the game defensively, and it's like not even close.
Yeah, and that's never been really questioned the last 2 years, right? I mean, his defense.
It's crazy that he went from like he was practicing doing that in the outfield like 4 years ago or however long ago it was, and then all of a sudden now he's doing that in game action, and every time he robs a home run, the catch gets prettier and prettier and prettier. It's crazy.
I thought it was crazy that when he made his outfield debut professionally, he did it in the major leagues. They didn't even like put him in the minor league. He was just there. He was in the major leagues.
Right.
And by the way, credit to the organization on that. I mean, that was a controversial move at the time. That was not widely applauded. There was a lot of discussion about Fernando Tatis Jr. Oh, he looks bored in the outfield. Is he truly an outfielder? Will he go back to short at some point? He is a gifted right fielder, and you love a right fielder with an arm like his. But the best arms in right. He's got this cannon of an arm. He moves like a gazelle. He reads balls perfectly. He is a brilliant outfielder. This conversation this year about Tatis has never centered around, obviously, anything. He's always been a brilliant outfielder. He's really an unbelievably talented defensive player that should absolutely be recognized, and it's absolutely benefited the Padres on a number of occasions, including tonight. So, like, Even with the things we've said about him at the plate, it should be recognized. We've never once taken anything away. Like this guy, again, people talk about Manny's defense in his career. Toddy's defense at his position is uncanny. It's completely uncanny. It's like unparalleled, basically, at his position.
And the thing with Fernando is, coming up as a shortstop, and his first year as a shortstop was kind of shaky, and then he played good defense, and then following that, it was like all these injuries that he would get, and the organization thought even before they moved in the outfield, like, he might be a better outfielder. And I remember that also there was a spring training that he was shagging fly balls in the outfield. Yep. And everyone's like, what?
Yep.
And that's because the organization was like, he actually would be a better outfielder than a shortstop.
It's not even close.
Not even close.
He was a young player, but he was never going to be the best shortstop in baseball defensively.
Remember 2021, all those errors he made at short?
Yeah. It's a tough position, especially at his size. Look how big he is, Mm-hmm. So like he is definitely well suited for the outfield because of the way he runs. And they've kept him on the field, and he's just made brilliant play after brilliant play. Hendrick, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, keep O'Hearn over Arise in the offseason. Interesting. Well, they're not keeping Arise. Manny heating up. Tatis sets tone with catch and double in the first. Sears, huge innings tonight. They really were, yes, you're going to win the game, but to have him go 6 was big. I don't know if they were able to keep either, Jim. I mean, maybe there'll be an opportunity. But, yeah, I don't think Arise stays regardless of O'Hearn or not, truthfully.
No, I don't think either of them stay. And back to the lineup thing, the more I'm thinking about it, you're right. The lineup, like, it should be Toddy, O'Hearn, Manny, Liriano, Merrill, Bogarts, Cronenworth. Who am I missing?
Did you say Xander?
Oh, I didn't say Arise.
Okay.
Fermin Arise. There you go. There's your left. There's your right, left, all the way up and down the lineup. Arise would be your 9-hitter, second leadoff man, or whatever you want to call it.
I mean, you could certainly make the compelling argument you don't even need Arise in your lineup. As ridiculous as it sounds, I mean,
I would have O'Hearn as your first baseman and have Gavis Sheets as your DH.
That's probably the best option.
Yep.
I'm not managing. I get it. The conversations are hard. I'm not in the front office. I don't know, but your best lineup probably, I think we're probably proving this point over the last 3 weeks, probably doesn't include him. I mean,
it doesn't include him.
And again, defensively too. Honestly, he's a good, valuable pinch hitter because he's a bat on ball guy. I mean, he could come through. He's not going to hit for power, but that's not the worst thing in the world if he's going to hit 290 off your bench.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the rope. Everybody pull on it.
Yeah,
like I mean,
and Schultz said that tonight. He's like, if we want to win the division and want to make the playoffs and make a run the playoffs, like, I appreciate guys like Gavis Sheets staying ready. Because, maybe the opportunities are going to change, but like it's the time of the year where like we're trying to win. And I respect that. I understand it. But if you are trying to win, then maybe it is time for Luis Ariz to be coming off your bench and for the O'Hearns and the Sheets to be, having more opportunities moving forward. Mr. B, thank you, man. He says, I understand pragmatism and being realistic, but just like everyone here, deep down, we all want them to get that sweep back. Start Sheets and O'Hearn. Let's walk before we run. I would take a series win in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. And I know the Dodgers have lost 2 out of 3 in Colorado. I would take a series win in a heartbeat if we're looking ahead to Friday. I would take a sweep too, but I would take the series win because I know the alternative is losing a series or getting swept in a series. So let's walk. And if they walk into a series win, I'll celebrate that come Monday.
Is Blake Snell scheduled to start Friday?
Let's take a look at that. I believe that's accurate. Let's take a look at that. Dodger probables are.
I got it.
TBD, TBD, TBD. What do you have?
Okay. I got TBD, TBD, TBD.
Yeah, they have Kershaw tomorrow, and then it was Snell that followed Kershaw, was it not?
It was. So it would be likely Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's okay. So if it is Snell, then you're facing that left-handed starter, and it brings up some of the questions we've been talking about for the last 10 days or whatever it is.
And if Merrill's not going to be ready, then you're going to be forced to have to play either Sheets or O'Hearn, right?
Which is great, maybe.
Yeah, sometimes
certainly with O'Hearn,
right. It's like sometimes when you're stubborn to do something, kind of have to be forced to do it, and then once you're forced to do it, you're like, actually, you know what? This isn't that bad.
100%. No, 100%. Let's get back to this conversation. Do you want to thank our title sponsor here on the Wrap-Up Show, Mark Nimitz, Farmers Insurance, just such a loyal supporter of this channel and, of course, of the Padres. If you have an insurance need, trust us. He is going to take care of you. He really will. I've got 3 insurance policies through Mark, homeowners and earthquake and life insurance, and he has saved my family a lot of time and money. We had to file a claim a couple of years ago. He took care of everything, saved us so much money and so much time. He does auto insurance as well. So whatever it is, auto, home, renter's life. Before you renew your current policy, get in contact with Mark. Call him. He will talk to you about the Padres. Trust me. He loves the Padres. You'll hear a lot about the Padres, and then he's going to save you money on your insurance. He's just a great insurance agent with the service and the communication. You can click the link in the description down below. Get to his website. Free quotes online, by the way. Free quotes by calling Mark. So before you renew your current policy, get in contact with Mark. And if you support this channel, please support our longtime title sponsor. He's been with us for 4 years on the Wrap-Up Show, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, all his information is on that ticker below, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
Well, this is on cue from Andrew. Thank you, man. He says, great, fun win. Tired of Arise flying out on bad pitches. He needs to be the one on the bench. Even when he's hitting well, he's still not that impactful. You could argue, I guess the way I would put it, like if I was managing, it's like they just have bats that are more impactful than his. It's not that he's not impactful. He's had moments. I think Kevin had the point today. He's got the most 3-hit games in baseball in 2025. He's had moments. He has not been good against left-handed starters. You can make an easy argument not to play him against left-handed starters. So like it probably starts there. I would start by platooning Arise, play him against righties, and then from there see how he handles that and see how he performs against righties. But I think you start with the platoon element with Luis Arise, which is you don't hit against left-handed pitching, therefore you're not going to be playing against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, it's like you ride the hot hand here, and it's not even it's just he's not been good against lefties all year, and he's having a down year. He's having a pretty significant down year for his standards. You know, came in this year a career 320 hitter. He's hitting 280 something right now. He had another 0 for tonight. Defensively, Ryan O'Hearn is an upgrade defensively at first base over Luis Arise. And so with that, it's like, you know, I know he didn't like the thought of being this team's everyday DH because he wanted to play in the field.
Right.
But like, you know, I don't know. It's a tough decision because of how Schilt views his guys. It's easy for us to make because we're emotionally unattached or emotionally emotionally unattached from the situation. So we don't care. Hey, sit him, right? All fans,
whatever.
They don't know Luis Arise like Mike Schilt knows Luis
Arise.
But
we don't ride the bus with them, and we don't know the dynamics and the intricacies of him in the clubhouse.
100%. So like with that, it's much more difficult for the manager to make that call than it is for us schmucks talking about it on this YouTube channel.
None of this shit is easy. I mean, the whole point is like to keep everyone pointed in the right direction is hard. I mean, when you demote someone, so to speak, or give them less playing time, it takes like not everyone's Ryan O'Hearn that comes over and is like, whatever you need, Skip. Whatever you need. Right. Gavis Sheets, whatever you need, Skip. I mean, freaking Arise and listen, whether it's right or wrong, he's won 3 batting titles. He's a free agent. Does he want to sit?
No.
You know, I mean, these are none of them want to sit. And to that point, Jeff, what's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat. Guys, if you're here, subscribe. 630 people here live right now. Please subscribe to this channel. Just take a moment and subscribe. Okay, if you haven't subscribed, take a moment and subscribe. We're about 80 away from 9,500. So thank you. And thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. He says, when Arise walks, worth making a run at O'Hearn. What do we think that contract's going to look like? He's in the midst of 2 years, 11 and a half. He's 32. It's a career year. That's inarguable. His career WAR is 2.7. His WAR this year is 2.1. Think about that. So this is his career. A lot of his career. He's been a good player, but he's been an above good player this year, right? Very good player this year. So what are you thinking? I mean, what the hell is this deal going to look like? 2 for 24?
Yeah, I have no clue, honestly. If he has a good stretch run here and say he has a pretty good postseason, I think that could inflate his numbers for next year. Like I remember Jorge Soler. Remember he won the World Series MVP?
Yep.
Got a huge contract. What's Jorge Soler doing right now? Like I think he's in Anaheim.
You're right. That's a good point.
So I mean, he can make himself a lot of money this postseason if he performs well.
Good point. Yep.
Same thing with Luis Ariz, even though I don't know if someone's going to pay that guy $14 million a year. I have no idea, dude. Zero clue.
Neither do I. I would think multiple years.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ryan O'Hearn a lot. He puts together good at bats, and you want guys that put together good at bats that have power like him. But you also have to be careful because this is a career year for him. And my guess is they're going to say, thanks for the career year, or at least thanks for the 2 months of your career year. Good luck in the future.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. You don't want to, right. You're not going to overpay. Yeah, you're going to almost want him to like prove it again, potentially. Like maybe you'd consider a 1-year deal. It's a very interesting question when it comes to Ryan O'Hearn, is what I would say. Hendrick, appreciate you, man. Thank you for gifting a membership here to the wrap-up show. So if you guys want to become members, you can gift them as well. Click the join button down below. You get the custom emojis and the badges. You get the Bro Hearn. This emoji right here.
Bro Hearn.
Okay, you get that. Bro Hearn. And you get many more. You get the injured Jackson Merrill emoji. You get the injured Xander Bogaerts emoji. You get the non-injured Ramon Laureano. Okay, so click that join button.
The non-injured.
Down below. Mauricio, thank you, man. He says, why Noah Rise? Don't like hits and average. It's not as simple as that. If you're saying like, well, Rise reaches base safely, and I mean, the game has changed, right? And they have a guy that gets on base but doesn't do it with slug in a lineup that lacks slug. You could argue the guy that gets on base without slug should be replaced by someone that slugs. That's the basic premise here for me. If he's going to have a 700 OPS, why not replace him with a left-handed batter with a 800 OPS or a 900 OPS? And you can do that in this lineup with Ryan O'Hearn. So again, it's not that Luis Ariz is a bad player. It's just you probably have better options.
Here's the thing about Luis Ariz. Like, he can be valuable for you. But if he's not doing that one thing, he's not valuable at all. He doesn't have much value if he's not hitting for a high average, because I mean, let's face it, he's not going to get any walks. He's not going to hit for any power. Across the board, this is a career low year for Luis Ariz. He's hitting 287. That would be the worst of his career. His on-base percentage is 323, worst of his career. His slugging percentage is 395. That would be the second lowest of his, actually the third lowest of his entire career. And his OPS right now is 718, which would be the lowest of his career. So it's across the board, the lowest numbers of his career. And so, when you have a better option at that position, it would tend to lead down a path of, well, we're going to play the better player at that position, which is Ryan O'Hearn. And defensively, Ryan O'Hearn is a much better defensive player at first base than Luis Ariz, and across the board a better hitter. At least not better hitter, but at least he brings something to the table that in today's game is more valuable than what Luis Ariz does if Luis Ariz isn't hitting 330 for you. If Ariz is hitting 330 with a 375 on base and, an 820 OPS because he has such a high on base percentage, or you get my point, then yeah, Ariz is very valuable.
This was always the problem.
Yeah.
This was always the problem with the multi-year Arise deal. We said all offseason, like, you like Luis Arise until he's hitting 285, not 335, and that's a big difference.
It's exactly what's happening right now,
and it's playing out in front of us now. The good news is they have options, so I think it can be overcome because of the options that they have, and he's capable of hitting better than this. But we'll see if he does moving forward. B. Fick, thank you. He says, okay, for the record, I also found John's thought about that Pirates article on John and Jim hilarious. If you missed it, there was a fake satirical article. I forgot. I wanted to mention on John and Jim, and then I lost my train of thought, and then I found it 15 minutes later, and then I shared it, and Jim and Brent were like, that was your big freaking moment. Like, I pretended like it was the biggest, like I lost the biggest thought ever, and all it was an article in the Onion that said Pirates under fire for directly marketing their team to children. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I thought you had this
Pirates fan.
I thought you had this like great idea of like, I got it. I know it's the lineup.
I
got the golden elixir, and then it was like
take to beat the Dodgers and win the World Series. No.
Yeah, and then just a fake article.
Yeah, but it was fine. Guys, next time you are in Vegas or near a Lucky Box mystery vending machine, make sure to use our promo code Padres and get $5 off. That's all lowercase. The promo code is Padres. These are incredible machines. You can get sports cards. You can get Pokemon cards. You can get autographed jerseys out of these machines. We went up to one of them in Vegas, and I walked away with this Fernando Tatis Jr. Auto 10 Bowman card. And of course, Tatis, let's give this card some credit tonight, okay? Because the catch, the 2 hits, was it 3 hits, whatever he had. He had multiple doubles in this game. I don't even know how many hits. But let's give this card some credit. You could walk away with something like this, or even better. They've got these golden tickets where someone recently won Fernando Tatis Jr.'s autographed game-used cleats because they got a golden ticket, then redeem those cleats. You can win like Messi autographed jerseys and, I mean, everything across all sports, Patrick Mahomes, whatever it is, across all sports. You can come away with some just terrific cards and products through a Lucky Box vending machine. They're in Vegas. They're going to be in Southern California. Check out where they're located by going to luckyboxvending.com or click that link in the description down below.
Yeah, use our promo code Padres at the Lucky Box vending machines for an exclusive discount, $20 or $5 off, for all of our listeners. And if you want to sign up to be a Golden Ticket Club exclusive member, all you got to do is go to luckyboxvending.com. It's free of charge. All you do is put your email and your phone number in the website, and you get early location drops, insider perks, and more. Just go to luckyboxvending.com or scan a QR code at a machine near you.
All right. So, I mean, I thought heading into this game, the story was like Jackson Merrill, is he going to go on the IL or not? The health of Xander Bogaerts, who apparently, was healthy enough, but they just gave a blow. The good news was they got Jake Cronenworth back in there. I know he never hit. We'll see on Merrill. I mean, that's an interesting story moving forward. It's been this kind of average year for Merrill in his second season. He's got, right, we found out today he's dealing with a bone bruise and some type of sprain. And does he go on the IL or not? Now, the interesting point was made today by you initially, and then Kevin followed that path, which is like, well, you might not put him on the IL because what other options do you have? And you already got position players that are fighting for playing time. So you're really going to put him on the IL to bring up Tyler Wade, or just wait out the injury?
I think just wait it out.
Yeah,
he's not a catcher. If he was a catcher, you need to bring a catcher up. But he's not. And so, we're not dealing with the pitcher anymore. We need to make double switches. And we're not playing 15 inning games because of the ghost runner rule. So, they got plenty while Jackson Merrill's down. I think, and I don't know how it works, to be honest with you. Like, do they have to put him on the IL after a certain amount of time, or can they just keep him and just go man down?
They could play a man down for forever. The only reason you put someone on the IL within a few days of injury is you can retro date it. But once you get too far past the date, it just starts the day you put him on. Like if 4 days from now announce Jackson Merrill the IL, that's the day it starts.
Got it. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah. So I would, I'm not putting him on the IL with, I'm not doing it. I mean, there's no point in bringing up Tyler Wade to just sit on the bench to be buddy with Mike Schilt unless he really wants that. But, a man playing with a man down is a better option than bringing Tyler Wade up.
Especially if he doesn't need the full 10 days anyway. Let's say it was 7 days. Well, now you still get him for days 8, 9, and 10. So you put him on the IL, and now you're losing him for days 8, 9, and 10 if he was otherwise going to be available because he's healthy. And but that's the question. I don't know if it's one of these things that because there's a bone bruise, it's like, is he really day to day, or is he week to week?
And the rosters don't expand for another week or so.
September 1st.
So it's not like the rosters expand Saturday. Then it's like then it's really you're not putting them on the IL. I mean, you got a week and a half here, almost 2 weeks before rosters expand. Right after Labor Day. So, or right on Labor Day, actually. So, yeah, I think it's just you keep them on the active roster, don't put them on the IL, and they got plenty to go forward. And then again, like we said, it's going to force Mike Schilt to do something probably he doesn't want to do, which is play some lefties against the lefty if Blake Snell is the starter on Friday night. And then after that, of course, you're going to put in Sheets and O'Hearn on Saturday and Sunday against Glasnow and Yamamoto if Merrill's still down.
And to your point, sometimes maybe when you force someone's hand, I mean, maybe something good comes of it. Maybe they start those lefties against a lefty, and guess what? It works. Or maybe it doesn't.
And he didn't make the lineups the last couple nights because he wanted to do it. He did it because he had to do it, and it's worked out.
The other thing, Kevin reported with us, I think he's since published it, although I haven't seen it, but I was running around. He reported with us that Michael King, according to his reporting, will not be slated to pitch against Seattle.
Right.
That was the initial prognosis. Remember, King was like, hey, knee drained, IL, I'll be back in Seattle. What Kevin reported, maybe he's written it, I think he has, is that he will throw a sim game Sunday. And if he throws a sim game Sunday, he will not appear in the Mariners series, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right. But he could then appear in the Twins series. You're really only talking about, Jim, maybe you tell him 2 to 4 days where he'd be pushed back, depending on when he was going to start. In that Mariners series, I think you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 days where he'd be pushed back. But I'm assuming if he throws a sim game Sunday, he would then pitch against the Twins on Friday or Saturday, either 5 or 6 days later. That would be my assumption based on what Kevin told us today.
And if that happens, then you're looking at about 5 starts the rest of the season.
And yep.
5, 6.
I mean, kind of like easing him in against a team like look at the September schedule too. I mean, hopefully you just kind of run with it.
Fucking cakewalk in September. You just can't trip.
Yep.
And they could really go on a run in September.
Yeah.
Now you just hope that the Dodgers don't go on a run either. I mean, the Dodgers, who knows? I mean, maybe the Dodgers can only just beat the Padres.
I mean, it is very odd. I mean, you're right. I still think if the Padres do still have a run in them, if there's another 14-3 in here, like maybe even if from September I'm making up 10th till the close of the year. I mean, they have a very good chance of winning the division at that point. I mean, come on. If there's another 14-3 in them, then they will have an excellent chance of winning this division. I don't know if they're going to do it or not, but certainly the schedule presents that opportunity. We say that, Jim, and Cincinnati, the Mets, and the Brewers are in there. So it's not a cakewalk, but yeah, there's a lot of softness in there.
I meant cakewalk to the postseason.
Oh yeah, I'm already thinking postseason.
But for the division, you have to also hope that the Dodgers don't take advantage of their schedule either. And they actually, other than the Padres, they play like shit versus everyone else. So maybe they do slip up. But what you're looking at here is you have to beat the Dodgers outright to win the division. And so we'll see what happens this weekend, right? This weekend will kind of shape all of our thoughts about
definitely
where this thing's going to go. That took a massive blow this past weekend. I don't want to get fooled again, so I'm just going to be cautious and just see how the weekend plays out, and then I'll decide how I feel. I'll come Sunday night. But if you end the weekend just hypothetically losing 2 or 3 again to the Dodgers, like say you go into Friday night's game still 1 back and you lose 2 or 3, now you're 2 back, but you're really then 3 back. It's like
Okay, but let me give you this. Let me give you this hypothetical. What will we say? What will you say Sunday night if they take 2 out of 3 and are tied? Yes, they don't have the tiebreaker, but they're tied in the division.
I'll feel better for sure. And the division will still be in play, 100%.
In play? I mean, yeah. I mean, at that point, you're not even playing the Dodgers anymore.
Yeah, you're tied. Yeah, I know.
All you got to do is outplay them by 1 game.
Right. Yeah, the division is absolutely there for the taking.
Yeah, I'll be very positively if that scenario plays out. If they win the series and get even in the standings, I will be speaking very positively because I'll just trust the schedule and the team. I'll just trust them to out. And at that point, you're not outplaying the Dodgers on the field. You're outplaying them with your schedule. So it's a whole nother conversation to say who's better on field. I won't have that conversation. I won't say, hey, they've done it. They're better than the Dodgers. They're going to beat them in the postseason. That would not be my point. My point would be, you're even with them in the standings. Just go do it on field, not against them, just against the teams you have. And there's reasons to believe that's possible, but since the 3rd of July, the Dodgers have not been good. Padres have been much better, again, except against each other. But collectively, the Padres have outplayed the Dodgers since, the beginning of July.
Like 3 against Minnesota, 3 against Baltimore, 7 against Colorado, 3 against the White Sox. You end your season with 3 at home against the Diamondbacks.
It's a lot of games against bad teams.
Yeah, man.
And it's even better if you can get the 2 out of 3 from LA. I get it. They just got swept, so they got to prove it. But if you somehow win that home series, you've got the easy stuff, and you've just taken care of a good team in that scenario as well. You took 2 out of 3 from a team right there with you. It just gives you more confidence they could win a series against a team like the Mets. The Mets aren't even good. You know what I mean? You could go to New York, hopefully, and win that series. Cincinnati at home, come on. They should be positioned to win a series like that as well. Milwaukee at home. I mean, that might be just interesting to see how those 2 teams play that late in the season.
Well, and here's the thing. The broadcast showed it tonight. I mean, they're not going to catch, I think, the 98 Padres home record. But right now, this team, through however many games they've played, has the 2nd best home record in franchise history.
Mm-hmm. It's a great call.
So, they're really good at home. That's why you want to see them get a home playoff, either series in the wild card as a 4 seed or win the division. Well, actually, win the division. You get a home playoff series. And if you don't win the division, get the 4 seed. So then you get a home playoff series in the wild card. And the Phillies actually playing really good baseball right now. But if you somehow can get past the Phillies in the 2 seed, boom, there you go. You get the bye, and then you get the division round home field advantage. But still, long way to go from there. But the goal, even if you don't win the division, has to be 4 seed. 4 seed or division. It has
to be.
Those are the options.
It's so important.
4 seed or division.
It's critically important. I completely agree, especially with the way they've played this year. Let's get back to the conversation. Do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek for their support of this channel. They've got a terrific offer going on for our viewers right now. Make sure to take advantage of this, whether it's tomorrow at Petco, this weekend at Petco, or any concert or event in San Diego or anywhere. Make sure to pick up your tickets at SeatGeek and make sure to use our promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. You're going to get $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more with our promo code PODSWRAP. You heard me right. $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more with promo code PADSWRAP. Just click that link in the description, download the app, have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek. I'm looking ahead. The Padres shouldn't, but I'm looking ahead. Padres Dodgers Friday night. Get there. It's as simple as that. You can get in. You can sit in section 301 for $200. You can sit in section 115 for $287. You can sit in, look at this, 135 for $171. Use the promo code, take $20 off. That price includes fees. It's going to be a raucous atmosphere, a playoff atmosphere, truthfully, at Petco this weekend. Get there by clicking the link in the description down below and using our promo code PODSWRAP.
Yeah, and SeatGeek's MLB's official ticket marketplace. Your tickets, they're fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. Just use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, for $20 off. Tickets at SeatGeek for your first purchase.
We feel good about tomorrow. I feel relatively good about tomorrow.
Verlander's on the mound?
Verlander, Cease.
Okay.
relatively good. Padres 5 runs yesterday, 8 runs today. That gives me confidence in their offense. Cease coming off a bad outing. Hopefully he's able to rebound to some extent. We've seen him be very good. We've also seen him be very bad. But even in the middle, I'd probably take, a couple of runs in 5 innings and rely on your bullpen and your offense. Again, it's baseball. Who the hell knows? But I'm confident enough. I'm just hoping you're not looking to Friday. Like this series win, we said it heading in, was critically important. It's now right there in the grasp. Even with the game one loss, I would have taken 3 out of 4. They can still take 3 out of 4. If they take 3 out of 4, that's a damn good series in the big leagues, and we'll see if Dylan Cease can get that done.
Yeah, that's what we said. We said 3 of 4 at the worst, it feels like. They have a good chance to do that tomorrow. And if they end up splitting, then it would feel like a disappointment for sure, especially if the Dodgers end up winning tomorrow and then you're 2 back going into the weekend. Then it's like, then it feels like 2 or 3 has to happen no matter what. And even then, we'd be trailing the Dodgers by the end of the weekend.
That's correct. You're saying if the Dodgers win tomorrow and the Padres lose tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what did you say about Ohtani in terms of it's an off day or it's because of the injury? I saw the play. Has there been any reporting on what was suffered?
No, but Dave Roberts said post-game that he's not going to play tomorrow. It was already a scheduled off day for him because he was pitching tonight. They wanted to get him off after that.
And it's a day game, presumably, for them.
And it's a day game. But, hey, he stayed in the game tonight, so.
That's a win.
But they won. The Dodgers actually won tonight. I forgot to tell you.
Because he stayed in the game.
He stayed in the game. And, look, when Ohtani's on the mound, yeah, the Dodgers got their ass kicked tonight by the worst team in baseball. But you know what? They actually won the game because Ohtani was out there throwing 98. Even though he gave up 5 runs, he still was. They still won the game.
I just want to get through tomorrow so we can talk more about that series. I mean, we've said everything we could possibly say. I mean, what we're going to be saying heading in. They're 2-10 in their last 12 games against them. But I just want to talk more about the series, which you can't really do until you get through this. I mean, there's no point to look through Thursday, which is an important game. I mean, they're down to how many? 35. I think they have 35 games left in their year, the Padres. So, all these games are important. Every single one, even if it's against the, Minnesota Twins. 71-56. Yeah, they've played 127. They have 35 games remaining. Mm-hmm. Just doing the math on that, Jim, I know, isn't that crazy? If they go 35 games, I mean, 20-15 is reasonable, is it not, with that schedule? Just trying to figure out where they're getting to. Are they getting to 90? Are they getting to 91? I think 90 is 19-16, and 91 is 20-15. Maybe the outside shot of getting to where you got last year, if you play really well, that would be 22-13 to get to where you were last year, for whatever it's worth. 22-13. To finish your year.
I think they're getting to 90 wins. I think 20-15 is absolutely reasonable. And I think with their easy schedule in September, they could do better than that.
I agree.
But they got to take care of business and they got to prove it because, they could be going into a series just thinking we're going to cakewalk this. Now, I mean, their talent should take over, right? It feels like these last 2 nights here, they played great baseball tonight, but last night last night was a talent. We have more talent than you win.
Completely.
It was a boring game, 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position, but they won that game because they had way more talent than the Giants.
Correct.
So I think that could take over for a lot of games in September.
I feel the same way. I feel it's possible. You also made the point a couple of days ago, and I agree with this, that you'll run into someone with nothing to play for that'll probably. They could win a series from you.
Take 2 or 3,
it's very possible with the 6 or 7 quote unquote soft series. One of them goes sideways. I mean, out of 6 or 7,
dude, that Rockies series at Coors Field, that could go sideways.
Dude, Colorado, just llooking at the standings, is 7-3 in its last 10 games. What?
Yeah.
I mean, and you still have them 7 times. Again, I'm not expecting Colorado to go, 5-2 against the Padres, but. What looked like you got to go 6-1 or better against Colorado. I don't think they're necessarily playing like that right now, but I'm with you. I think 90 wins is very realistic. And truthfully, I'm kind of expecting them to win more. 90 is 19-16 with the schedule. I'm expecting them, based on the schedule and their play and the trade deadline, to have more than 90 wins.
Me too.
So that's the hope. And how many will it take to win this division? We're going to find out in about 5 weeks. Guys, if you're looking for a great offer, we have one going on right now with our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure to use our promo code by clicking the link in the description down below. It is PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Right now, if you play $5, you get $50 in bonus funds automatically with our promo code. You also get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000, and you also get a free gimme pick. You can play across all sports. That would include Major League Baseball and WNBA, and college football gets underway this weekend. And the NFL is just a couple of weeks away, but you can play Padres games. You can play your favorite team, and you can pick your favorite players like Dylan Cease or Fernando Tatis Jr. And the more you play, the more you can win, and you don't even have to get everything right. You can flex it, and even if you get one wrong, you can still win. So it couldn't be easier. It couldn't be simpler. Play right now, again, at Underdog Fantasy. And, if this happens, for example, $10 pays $407. You flex it, you could still win up to $291. So use that promo code. Click the link in the description down below. The promo code is PODSWRAP.
Yep, there's a QR code here. Scan that QR code. We'll take you to the App Store. Download our Underdog Fantasy. Put in our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, and start playing today.
Let's do it all again tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
John and Jim, join us once this game ends tomorrow. I'm sure a lot of you will be there or watching or listening, whatever you're doing. We're on the air beginning at 2 p.m. And when this game ends, let's say at 3:30, because it starts at 1, switch over to us. We'll hear from Mike
actually.
12:45 start?
12:45 start tomorrow. Oh, shit. My bad. I was looking at a different game. 1:10.
I think they played in San Fernando at 12:45.
Yeah, sorry.
1:10. So let's say 2.5 hours. It's 3:30, 3:40. Tune it over to us. Mike Schilt, full reaction. We'll get you ready for the Dodgers series as well. We're there until 6 p.m. So we'll have you covered for the 2.5 hours once that game goes final. But we're on the air beginning at 2. You can catch us on the radio. You can catch us on the iHeart app. You can catch us on YouTube as well. And then Dodgers. By the way, no, there's not, because we have John and Jim tomorrow. There's no wrap-up show. I'm working tomorrow night, so there's no wrap-up show. I'm working a San Diego State football event tomorrow night. We will be back for a wrap-up show, obviously Friday night, and there will be a lot to discuss. I promise you that. I don't care what the hell happens. I don't care what happens. There will be a lot to discuss on Friday night. So join us tomorrow on John and Jim, Friday on John and Jim, and then Friday night right back here on the wrap-up show. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please take a moment to do it. It's a huge weekend coming up, and we will be here for you. So please subscribe to this channel. Year-round content for Padres fans. We're here for baseball fans. Subscribe. Help us get to 9,500 subscribers. Smash the like button. It helps with the algorithm. Follow us at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. If you're here on replay, thank you for the super thanks. For those that become members, thank you. By clicking that join button down below. Support Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance and Lucky Box and Hamul Casino and SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. And we will see you tomorrow on the radio at 2 p.m. as the Padres win over the Giants 8-1. And for Jim, I'm John. See you tomorrow. This has been the Wrap-Up Show. Peace.